So guys, this is Rod. This is his crazy 33. Appreciate for allowing us to review this car. How you been, man?
Yeah, pretty good, bro.
Good, good. So what's the history with you and cars in general?
Oh man, back when I was younger, like when I was like 18, I first got into Subaru, so I had an EJ Subaru Liberty GT. So it was like a 92 model, which had like single turbo. I think it was twin turbo EJ20, one of those, or EJ21, or EJ25, one of those ones, and that's when I started to get into that idea of having fast cars. My first Nissan was actually after that, was an SR20 Silvia, so that's when I started getting into the whole drifting thing and driving these sort of cars.
How was, you missed the Subis, or you happy with the Nissans right now?
I'm a straight up Nissan fan now.
Good
SRs,
stuff.
VQ motors, RBs, RB25, 26s.
Yeah, so what model is this with the 33s?
So this is a Series 2 R33 GTR VSPEC. Big difference between the standard GTR and the VSPEC is that it's got the LSD system. I wouldn't say it's as strong as the GTR, but it still can handle what it can. Yeah, it's an awesome car, so I've done a lot of work to it. It was originally, when I first got the vehicle, it had a twin turbo setup, so it had like HAS 2530 turbos, twin turbo setup. It was running around 500 horsepower, but it was tuned to around 350, 370. Everything was basically upgraded from the back then, which was the Walbo fuel pumps. The diff itself has been upgraded. The gearbox has a stronger gearbox in it.
So on the topic of the 33, how'd you get to this point? Obviously this is a big car, people's dream car. How'd you get this?
Well, yeah, I've always been involved into like Bitcoin and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I always loved cars as well. I was buying, selling cars and Bitcoin and all that sort of thing. But I always wanted, you know, these JDM cars they seem to get a lot more attention than a Ferrari, to be honest.
Even on the way here, we were mad people putting thumbs up.
You know, it's the culture as well. When you're in the Nissan, or even if you have a Silvia or an SR20, and you know, like you get those sort of cars, and you're just involved in a community, and people always help you out if you've got a problem. And so I'm not, even the Subaru community's like that too. If you've got a Liberty or WRX or SDI, they're all the same, really. And once you join, like, you know, the GTR community, you start to realise that, you know, all these blokes, they all help each other out. And, yeah, awesome cars.
Alright, so I seen you got a lot of carbon fibre. Run us through what you got.
So the front bar is actually auto select front bar. So that front lip, that's auto select. The car also has cannons, so the cannons will stick out. And during GT racing and in Japan, auto select was contracted to install those lips. And for the 33 and 34 GTR, when they were racing in GT 500 series, sort of Workmeister sitting on it, AP racing brakes.
Yeah.
So Workmeister S1s, I believe they are, Workmeister S1s. They're 19-inch, so they're pretty big wheels. I was thinking about going 18s, but I felt the 19s, they make it sit more fatter. The mirrors themselves, these are from Craft Square in Japan. I think it's from VSPEC in Japan, the side skirts, VSPEC. I've got Nismo, I don't know what that is, whatever you call that.
True, I didn't realise that, eh?
Yeah, so a Nismo when you open it, that happens. And you got the guard here as well, so the rain guards, that's all Nismo. Yeah, so another thing too, the rear, the top secret diffuser, that's from Top Secret itself. So another company in Japan, it's similar to a 400R carbon rear diffuser, but I think another company in Japan makes them. So they are a copy, but they use them for racing.
Yeah.
A lot of rare stuff as well, N1 front darks. So if I turn the lights on,
wow,
the rear bar itself, it's got a Skyline rear bar. So that was originally had the green rear bar, so the rear garnish, which is pretty rare because you hardly get them. I've been told they come out of Omori factory, and some Nissan Skylines have them, and GTSs and GTRs. So if you ever get your hands on them, they're quite a rare part. It's got a titanium straight through 4-inch exhaust.
What would you say your favourite exterior piece is to this?
Some people might not like it, but those mirrors, because they're so hard to get. I had to wait 6 months just to get those mirrors.
True, 6 months.
So yeah, it took a bit of time to try and get my hands on them. So they're actually handmade from Craft Square itself. So they usually make them for GT racing. So a lot of the Hondas that race in Honda Civics, they come out in Japan. They have those. The suspension itself, it's running TN coilovers. So it's R33 GTR 10 coilovers. It does have the upgraded suspension where it's got the damper system, so if you're on a circuit, it'll adjust the dampers automatically. Most of those systems come in the 34 GTR and 33, because back when GT500 racing was happening in 95 to 98, TN started to introduce like dampening systems to help improve the all-wheel drive system and suspension for the 33 GTR. Yeah, the 33 GTR has always been like a car that's unloved.
Yeah.
But it's not till when you actually see one and then you start to appreciate that
100%.
It is part of the family in a sense. So yeah, so 32 or 33, 34, they're still part of the Nissan family, still part of the RB26 family. It's funny though, because when you drive one and you see people that see it, they all of a sudden convert to like one,
100%, man.
which is a little bit weird. So yeah, like a lot of other things have been upgraded on this. So it's got Nismo parts.
Yeah, so run us through your interior.
So with the interior itself, so I've got Garage Active GTR. So one of my big inspirations is Garage Active. I'd love eventually down the track that I'll turn this into a Garage Active wide body GTR. So it'd be midnight purple Garage Active. So I've done all the interior and everything. It's got a Nismo gear shift knob, Nismo clusters. This came off my old S13, the old S13 seatbelt holders. Yeah, a lot of old school stuff, which is still sitting in this car. Most of it's all from Japan that I've recently acquired. So
what are the seats?
They're leather. So Garage Active GTR is the company. They have a dry carbon 32 GTR in Japan.
Oh, is that the guy with the active 141?
Active, yeah. So he's got an RB. I think it's an RB32 Skyline or RB30. R32 GTR, it's one of the two, but yeah, he's also got a Garage Active 32 GTR.
Yeah.
So they also got a 33 GTR, which is Garage Active, which is a white one. So
Japan does the best, eh?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I so much inspiration out of Japan and the way that they build cars from the 90s and now, because like it's funny though, because like these cars are just getting older, but surprisingly, Japan is still making parts for them, and I would never think that they would still do this.
So brothers, looks freaking crazy. So explain to us what you've done to the block.
Yeah, so this block actually is from an R34 GTR. I checked the numbers and everything. I bought the car as a 33 GTR, but I didn't realize that the block came from a 34 GTR. I just rebuilt it again, and it runs a 2.8 stroker from Spill. The turbo itself is a precision turbo, 6776 with an 0.81 rear housing. So I wanted to try and get all my power in the bottom end. I think 272 cams it's running at the moment. It's a good street cam, still able to make around 800. So I could probably push it a bit more to 850 to 900. I'll just have to change that rear housing to a bigger one. I wanted to keep like the stock butterfly intake manifold, just because like I like the sound of the butterfly of the manifold itself. Because there's six runners there. The sound of that, when the butterflies open, it kind of gives it more of that raspy 26 sound and that original JDM sound. Down the track, maybe when I get a bit bored, I might eventually like go bigger cams, 290s, pro mod that intake itself. The exhaust itself is I believe it's a Tomei 4-inch exhaust, so with a 5-inch barrel, so it's all titanium. Yeah, a lot of the parts itself, yeah, got it all built by G&T Performance here in Brisbane. Yeah, they've been renowned for building like over 1,000 horsepower motors. I kept this vehicle just a little bit more tamed. So these are the TN systems that I was talking about. So that actually is an electronic system that runs on the track, and it'll tell the computer that you're turning left here, and then the suspension will stiffen on one side or lower on one side. They usually come on 33 and 34s, and that's quite a rare component. The auto select strut bar came out of Japan as well, so that company itself has started to stop making them. It's a bit of a rare part. Underneath the motor itself, there's a truss sump. I'm trying to keep a lot of the components still JDM, but as well as that, I want like a vehicle that can still handle like high horsepower sort of thing and still local.
How big's your turbo, brother?
It's actually small compared to a lot of the other guys that run around in Brisbane. I'm looking for that response in the lower end, so it can kind of take me to that higher RPM range.
When does boost kick in for you?
It's about 3k to 3.5. Yeah, it spills pretty hard. It's got that 251R mod on it as well. A lot of these other components that I have here, all this is all out of local as well. This is all local. Well, this is from Japan, Y Square. They sell all the coolers as well. Yeah. So it's not too bad.
So Rod, man, the car's mental, as you can see here, inside and out. I'm sure it rips. We'll go for a ride soon, but much appreciated, bro. Let's review your car.
Thanks.
So as you guys saw, Rodney's 33 is absolutely insane. We're going to get on the road and get you these clips. Man, it's crazy. 800 horsepower. Last week was my first time going in anything over 500. Now I'm in 800. Comment, what do you think about this 33? Is this something you like? I definitely like it, man. I'm not going to lie. The Nismo cluster, the top secret bits, 800 horsepower. Like, how can you complain, man? Oh my days, this is trouble. Crazy man, bro.
Does it pull you back, kind of?
Yeah. That's crazy, man. But I went from
Sounds clean, eh? The RV,
it's actually
bro.
smoother than I thought it was.
Smoother, yeah.
I thought it'd be a big like jump. It still is, but even then, far out. Jesus Christ. Holy smokes!
Okay, bro.
Yeah, no good. Holy far out.
Does it feel it pull you?
Yeah. Man, this is proper, man. She's now, I wanted to see like how it would handle like big power.
Yeah.
I've never been in it, so I was like, but this is 800's kicking, man.
800's nuts. It's enough for the street. Imagine 1500. Yeah, I've sat in 1500. It's like, that's it. It's so quick, man.
You good shit that?
A few moments later.
Wait, where are they?